Hey guys, welcome to my second tutorial. In this video we'll be talking about how to create shapes and objects with processing. So the first thing you want to do is to set up the project. So to set up the project you'd have to type void setup open parentheses close parentheses followed by open curly brackets and close curly brackets and leave a space in between. So what this means is to create a method called setup. So in this video we'll be using setup to create the size or the background color of the window. So to create the size you type size, and I want it 500 by 500, so I'll do that and close it off. So now you want to create a draw method. So to do that you do the same as for the setup. So you do void draw with the curly braces. So basically what this does is it draws out the shape that you put in the function onto the window. So for example, let's create a simple square. So to create squares or rectangles you use the rect function. So you use rect with the open and close parentheses with a semicolon. So basically the first two numbers that you have in rect is where you want the rectangle to show up on the window. So I'll put 50 on the x-axis and 50 on the y-axis, and for the length and the width I'll do 50 for the width and 100 for the length, and let's see what that creates. Okay, so here you have the rectangle, 50 across and 50 down with a 50 pixel width and a 100 pixel length. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is to create a circle. So to create a circle you would use ellipse and open and close parentheses followed by a semicolon, and this is the same thing that you do for the rectangle. So the first two numbers or for the location on where in the window you want it to go. So for here we could put it a little below the rectangle, so you do 50 on the x-axis and let's do 300 on the y and 30 by 30. And let's see what this does. Okay, so here you have a circle below the rectangle at 50 pixels across and 300 pixels below. So the next thing you want to do is to put colors in them. So to do that you'd use the fill function. So you do something like fill open close parentheses followed by the semicolon. So basically what fill does it fill the shapes with the color that you put into the function. So you cannot do fill green. This will not work. This will give you an error. So you have to use the RGB colors. So if I want to put these shapes in, say, the color red, I'll do fill 255 0 0, and this should make a color red. Okay, so if you don't know the RGB colors for a certain color, you could just easily Google it and it will show you the numbers for the color. Okay, so say I want the rectangle red and the circle another color. All I have to do is just put the fill function on top of the ellipse. So I'll do fill, and then say I want it blue, I'll do 0 255 0. I think this is the color for blue. Oh no, I was wrong, it's green. But yeah, so you get the point. So basically it goes in order. So you say fill red for rectangle, so this makes the rectangle red, and then you say fill green for ellipse, so this makes a green circle. So now what we want to do is to create a line. So the line function works the same. So you'll do line where you want the line to draw. So I wanted to draw 0, 0 this time, and the length and the width, put 100 by 10. See what it does. Wait, I forgot a semicolon. And that creates a line right here. Now let's create an image with these shapes. So let's go ahead and delete these. And let's make a circle headed kind of character. So the first thing we want to do is set the color of what we want the character to be. So for me, I'll just choose like a yellow color. So I believe this is the color for yellow. 102. And let's just close that up. Now let's create a circle for his head. So you do ellipse with the X and Y coordinates. And 300 by 300. I think that's a good size. Pretty big head, but hey. Okay, so now we have a yellow head. Yeah, looking good so far. So now let's create some eyes. Make them black. You do 0, 0. Wait, 0, comma 0, 0. Yeah, I think that's black. And now we want to make eyes. So you do ellipse again. You do, let's say, 150. 150. And let's make the eyes 30 by 30. And just close that up. And do the same thing for the other eye. Let's make this one further towards the right. So you do 250, comma 150. So you want to keep it on the same y-axis because it's eyes. So you want it parallel to each other. So you do 250 on the x and 150 on the y, same as the other eye. And then you do 30 by 30, the same size. And now we should have some eyes. Oh. Okay, now we supposed to have eyes. Okay, so there's our eye. Okay, now let's make a mouth for the character. So you do fill. Let's give him a red mouth. So you do 255, 0, 0. Okay, now let's make the mouth with the lips. And you wanted 200 on the x-axis, and let's say about 280 on the y-axis, and 100 by 100. Now let's see what this looks like. Okay, so now we have a face. So we're doing good so far. It's been like what, a minute, and we made a face already. So good progress. Now let's give it like a skinny body. So like a big head and a skinny body. So to make the body, I'll just use rect. So you do rect 200 on the x and 350 on the y, and you make it let's say 10 by 100. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so now you have the body. Now you can see he looks like a lollipop so far. So let's give him some hands. So you use line for the hands. it's pretty skinny arms. Give it 200 on the X, 350 on the Y, and let's just give it 350 by 350 again on the X, the second X and the second Y. And now we have a right arm. Okay, looking good, looking good. So let's make the other arm. Do line. Let's see. Now you do, let's say 0 by 350, and let's just continue with a 350. And let's see. Okay, so now we have a character. A little disoriented character, but hey, it's a character. Okay guys, that's it for this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.